everyone! Today I'm taking on a slightly chaotic but definitely scenic day trip to one of the most iconic spots just outside of Amsterdam, Zaanse Schans. This video has been filmed not once, not twice, but 3 times. So let me know which outfit you think was best down in the comments below. Zaanse Schans is a place that we always add to the itinerary when we have friends or family coming to visit. Sure, it is super touristy, but with the charming windmills, historic houses, and outstanding views, you'll see exactly why we keep coming back. I'll be showing you how to get there from Amsterdam, what to do once you arrive, how much it all costs, and of course, where to grab a little bite. So, if you're into time travel, cheese, and clog making, let's dive into this windy adventure at Zaanse Schans. The journey begins by using the GVB or 9292 app to take the NS Intercity train either from Central Station in Amsterdam or Amstel Station to get through to Zaanse Schans. Just come through from Amstel Station to Zaanse Schans, and the cool thing is that I'm not actually here by myself. I dragged my friend from the UK. So Megs and I are going to be showing you everything there is to see about this cute little day trip. Cool, let's go. When you get off the train, you're going to step off the train this side. This is one of those stations that doesn't have gates, so make sure when you get off the train to tap out. We're going to stroll down these stairs and you'll see the sign that says Centrum Zaanse Schans. So we just follow that sign. You're going to exit the station all the way up these steps. And then you're going to head straight down this road. So you basically just walk along this little street all the way down, and typically there is a cocoa factory on that side over there. The street usually smells like chocolate and it's amazing, but today that's not happening. If you would like to try a little Dutch cookie, then Divine has really amazing gevulde koek. It's basically a cookie that is filled with marzipan. So as you get towards the end of this road, you're going to take a left. We have just come from the path behind me. You're going to see this ginormous windmill over here. And then you're going to follow the path to the right over the bridge. And around this point is when it gets really good. Windmills everywhere. Can't wait to get on the road again. Donkey, what did I say about singing? Crossed over the bridge, and this is how you access all of the windmills. We have just arrived. It is immediately looking absolutely beautiful. Just a reminder, people do actually live here. These are people's homes, so be respectful of that. How this whole area works is it's just a single road all the way down. This area over here is shared with bikes, so just try to be respectful of them. You're pretty much just going to follow the path all the way around. The only things that you might find a little bit trickier getting to is the Catharina Hoeve cheese place and the clog making factory. The whole way along this path that you're going to walk to access all of the windmills, you'll see that there's a road over here and then there's a path up here. The road down here is for the bicycles. Please do your best to stay out of their way. People live out here, so they're just doing life. So don't be like these people. Be lekker, be considerate, and stay out of the cyclist way. Would you jump in front of this car? No, you wouldn't. So don't do it with a cyclist. There are several windmills over here that you can access to see how they work inside. All of them are super fascinating. It's around €7.50 to enter one windmill. Otherwise, you can do a combined ticket, which I think gets you access to all 3 windmills, as well as the Molen Museum. Another thing to note that I've just learned today is that since July 2024, they've actually stopped allowing the museum card to be used here, but the iAmsterdam card is still useful. After you enter the village and you start to walk down the path, you'll see that there are some toilets very soon after that point. It's around 170 meters. But being in the Netherlands, of course, you're going to have to pay up, so it's going to be €1 to use the toilets. There is contactless payment, so you don't have to stress about having actual coins on you. Are you filming?
Is that Michael McCarthy? Oh my God.
This windmill behind me is called de Kat, Molen, and basically what they create over here is a pigment with chalk to be used in paint. That's quite nice that you can walk around the top over there. That's the first windmill that you will find along the path here. And then there's 2 more and the museum. You can also get some nice hot chocolate inside. However, the hot chocolate at the train station is, funnily enough, much better. Het jonge schaap is the second windmill that you'll find along the path over here. It translates to the young sheep. And at this one, what you're going to find is them cutting these massive chunks of wood. Let me show you inside. This windmill behind me is called De Bonte Hen, and it is the final windmill that you're going to find along the pathway. It teaches you all about how linseed are ground to make oil. So I think it's a pretty fascinating one to visit. I think if I had to rank my favorites, I would say the wood one first, then this one, and then the chalk one last. But obviously we all have different interests, so maybe just check them all.
En dus van 30 kilo. Mooi hoor, je voelt het snel. Linseed. Good mix. It's also possible for us to make.
I've personally never actually visited the Molen Museum, so I'm not going to be able to advise you on that, but it's pretty much just found at the end of the lane as well. It's pretty straightforward on how to get here. What we here for, Meg?
Cheese.
Entrance to the cheese factory is free. There is a section where you're taught all about the cheese making process, but getting to taste all of the crazy flavors that they come up with in the shop is my favorite part. Would you be willing to try lavender cheese? For mij, cumin. Do a lot of cumin cheese. That's very nice. We just tried a whiskey one, which was interesting. If you walk around a little more, then you'll come to the wooden shoe workshop, or the Klompen Makerij, which is where you can see how clogs are made. It's really fascinating. Also, you can see a bunch of different clogs on display. They basically use an existing model of a shoe to shave the wood into that clog shape. It's really, really clever.
The wood is still very wet. That's hot. Dry the shoe slowly by air for 3 to 4 weeks.
There are loads of sheep and cows in the area, which are wonderful to watch, and taking in the green fields is quite something too. If you do start your journey in the morning and then you land up getting a little bit hungry, you're coming from the bridge on that side, and then you're going to follow the road to the right, and you're going to come across, I think that there's 2 or 3 restaurants down this way. So far I've been to 2 of them. They're both pretty much equally good. It's like typical Dutch food and stuff.
Cold. Yeah.
Otherwise, if you need to keep things cheap, there's a spa where they heat up food for you and everything as well. So it's not just sandwiches. You can get pasta, pizza. They can heat it all for you in there. So yeah. So it's safe to say that there is a lot of exploring to be done at Zaanse Schans. You can choose to be a complete history buff, or you can pack your sketch pad and take in the scenic aspect of this beautiful village. It's one of those places that is ultra touristy, but it's not a tourist trap. All of the food is priced pretty much exactly the same as in Amsterdam, and the experience of seeing this village is simply a must-do for your trip here to the Netherlands. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you next time. Cheers! Bye! Teaches you all about so it teaches you all about pressing oil from things, which I think is pretty cool. There's like these massive stones inside that are constantly grinding. This is funny. This final windmill behind me is called De Bonte Hen.